What's up, everybody? This is B-Ballin, and with me again is my good friend FriedRiceFrog, aka Beyonddoglike. What's up, dude?
What's up? Not much.
Not much. It was a
Sitting
pretty
here.
shitty day here in the Northeast, but
Yep.
we decided to overcome it with some good beer. I have Magic Hat, you have Rolling Rock, and you're already a bit ahead of me, so
Just a
hopefully
little.
you won't be too out of it to give some pro analysis as usual.
No.
But this game is
No.
between HT, the Ukrainian
No.
team who I've been covering recently, also known as Hard Team, and
Hard.
EMC, also
So
known as
hard.
Emo Core, the former Druids team. So yeah, have you heard of any of these teams besides HT, which we casted?
Well, I know Druids. I haven't seen any EMC games, but I know who Druids are. Like, I know all these players. So,
Alright, are
yeah.
you ready to unpause?
Mhm.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, unpause. So this game, we chose it because there are a lot of interesting picks, and Druids is known for picking very fun, and this is probably the most balanced patch I've seen in quite a while, because we've been seeing a lot of different heroes in Asia and Europe.
Well, you mean it's the most imbalanced that it kind of looks balanced, right?
Right, it's the most imbalanced patch, but since everybody's so imbalanced, that means the game itself is balanced.
Right. Tell me when you're at 30. By the way, I accidentally went there by
Oh, well,
accident.
I'm at 40 now. 41,
Okay.
42. I can hear mouse clicks. Alright, anyway, so on the Sentinel, they decided to open up with an Ancient Apparition ban who has been seeing a lot more play in the mid-solo lanes because when you get that fast level 6, the Ice Blast area that you have to travel is not as far as if you're in the side lane when you hit level 6. And having a faster level of Ice Blast is always
Ooh,
important, right?
good point. Good point, sir.
Yes, I totally did not take that from any Luminous commentaries.
No.
Or Waga, as I think he said it. That's the primary reason that they use
Oh.
Ancient Apparition in the mid lane.
Well, we see Invoker banned by EMC. Just the standard. I really hate that hero, so I'm gonna ban it. And yeah.
So these are looking to be pretty standard bans at the moment. So we
Ooh, a
see
Night Stalker.
Clock ban and a Night Stalker ban. Now Clock sort of faded out for a little bit when Trilines died, but now he's getting more play and more ban time. I'm not really sure too much of the reason, but I think it's because there's a lot more ganking and map control is all the more
Yeah.
important.
He's always been that hero. He's always been really good, but not like super good. But he's always been good. Like he hasn't gone up or down. I don't know.
He's just
That
been
made no
very
sense.
consistent, like
Yes.
Invoker, except
Yes.
not as imbalanced. And we see a
Yeah.
Night Stalker ban. Maybe that's a respect ban. Maybe they just don't want to deal with Night Stalker. Maybe they want to pick into a Weaver. Who knows?
Probably the Weaver. Probably gonna pick a Weaver.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
HT, they run pretty unconventional heroes too. Like I've seen them run Naga in more than one game. So
Yeah.
they
You
like
casted that game. You casted that game, right?
yeah, and they also ran Naga in a different game, but I didn't cast that one. And we see a
Ooh.
Shadow Demon Inspector ban, and they open
Yeah.
up HT opens up with
Ooh,
the Fury.
Furion.
What do you think about this?
Really cool. I like Furion actually. Um, he like I played him. I recently started playing him recently, and he's pretty gay to deal with. Like just if he gets to that point, he can just overpower you with items.
Yeah,
Good first pick. And you see immediately EMC picks up Chen and Veno, two really good pusher anti-pusher heroes. So I think that's what they were trying to do there.
yeah, and it's a little odd because Chen and Vehementer pretty much counteract each other because Poison Nova gets countered by Hand of God, and wards make it hard for Chen to push. So a little bit of anti-synergy, but also very synergistic, which is totally a word that I just made up on the spot.
That's
And
actually a word, I think.
oh really? And I feel a lot less smart
Synergistic.
now.
I don't know. Synergy. Yeah, that's the adjective of synergy.
Oh
Synergistic.
well, I'm glad you're here to correct me on my grammar.
Yeah,
Even
no
though
problem. Yeah.
now I feel sad. But yeah, Furion,
Yeah.
once it gets to the mid to late game, it's so hard to push against Furion because he can just push a different lane while you're trying to push the mid lane. You can just go,
Right. And then push all the other lanes at the same time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing about
Or
Furion
fancy
is he
creeps in the
often
jungle.
takes a lot of your primary carries for him, but
That's
usually that's
true,
not really a problem.
It is though. When I'm playing like a carry and there's a Fury on my team, I'm always really kind of frustrated because all my lanes are always all the way fuck over there. Same thing with Tinker. Never can farm. It's kind of annoying.
Right, but against the Venomancer and Chen, where Chen will be pushing and Vanmancer with the wards can do some good push. It'll help. And we see
See a second pick, Bad Rider. Very
favorite
bad
hero.
Bad. Terrible, fucking annoying piece of shit.
That's why he's my favorite hero, because he's fucking annoying as hell.
Kind of like you.
So,
Yeah,
Bat
I feel
Rider. Man, why you gotta be like that? Anyway, Bat Rider shuts down a lot of heroes. He's pain in the ass in laning phase. He pretty much wins any solo lane that he's against. And also, once he picks up a Blink Dagger, Flaming Lasso can just pick up a BKB hero and allow a good 4 seconds to target it. And we see an Enchantress, third pick. What do you think about the Enchantress in conjunction with the Furion?
It's gonna be interesting to see who lanes and who jungles. Enchantress is obviously gonna jungle. I'd be interested to know what they're gonna do with Furion though.
Yeah, especially with the bat, because these days Furion has been going mid solo a lot, but maybe he'll do a safe lane solo with Enchantress in the jungle. Or
Furion's actually a really good mid solo because he has decent animation, but really high base damage, and he uses the levels well and uses the farm well. So
right.
I think he's a better mid solo than a jungler. Ooh, third pick Enigma. So three sort of heavy pushers on what's their name again?
EMC.
EMC already.
That beer's getting to you?
No.
You got this, dude. You got this.
Yeah, I'm on my third one, so.
In like
we're
40
okay.
minutes, so
Yeah.
it's all good. But Enigma, it's going to be interesting how they lane this, because Chen's going to be in jungle, and we'll probably see Enigma in one of the solo
Enigma's
lanes.
a far better laner than Chen is, though, so.
Obviously, Chen doesn't really lane ever.
And a good ban on the Brood there. I think they were kind of expecting the a push strat. They ought to pick up Earthshaker. I think that would be a good pick. Or ban him, You don't want Earthshaker on a pushing team or on a defensive team, really.
Right, and the thing about the Scourge is their pushing strategy consists of a lot of summons, so Earthshaker would be really devastating, as opposed to other pushing strategies like with
Right.
Pugna and stuff like that, where there isn't much summons as more of Rapier Towers kind of thing. But Broodmother,
The
he
ban
gets... Yeah, ooh. Lich is pretty con banned, but it's surprising to see him banned so late. And we see the Beastmaster banned by EMC. I think this has more to do with the Batrider being picked up, and they don't want two ultimates to go through BKB. And once they pick up the Enigma, Batrider and Rexar can both shut down BKBs, along with Vengeful Spirit Swap.
And that's a good ban. They see that the HT doesn't have really too many supports yet. They pretty much have 2 solos and a jungler right now, so.
Yeah, also save your Enigma.
Yeah. Let's see who they pick up for the carry for both teams.
Right. Who do you think is going to be there?
I think a Stealth Assassin.
Stealth
really
Assassin.
Phantom Assassin also really good.
Right.
2 heroes that also that always get basher.
Right.
Just really good in general and can bash people.
Pro level analysis right there.
And
see,
they get a Witch Doctor.
Ooh. So Witch Doctor is really common in both pushing teams and anti-pushing teams as a support, because his healing aura cannot be underestimated. So it'll be interesting to see if HG decides to push really hard with the Enchantress and the Furion, or if they're just going to turtle it out, and it all depends on that last pick. But Cass is just a pain in the ass.
Gyro, yes!
Gyro.
High five. I high-fived you. I'm high-fiving you through the screen.
Through the internet.
Yes.
Oh, I appreciate that. I can feel the
No
man,
problem, dude.
the bro, right here.
Brofist.
The brofist. Found it.
Yep. Gyro, he's pretty shitty, but can carry late game. The thing about him is he's both a mid-game ganker, but if given items, he can rape late game. I'd say he's probably stronger than Duso late game, just without the survivability. But his splash damage does 100% splash as opposed to split shot.
And has pretty good range.
Yep.
So.
I was going to say something about Witch Doctor. I think people kind of don't give him enough credit. I think him with a little bit of items and a little bit of levels can be just really devastating in a team fight, especially against initiators. He's kind of a really good counter initiator, I think, where he can just sort of sit back, and then once the fight breaks out, he can just drop all spells. And a level 16 Witch Doctor is really strong. So I think people kind of play him as too much of a hard support. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe you want to counteract my argument there after you discuss the lycanthrope.
Yeah, lycanthrope, of course, a ridiculously strong mid-game carry, but it's gonna be interesting to see again
Magnus.
how they lane it.
Magnus.
Fucking
Magnetar.
Magnus. Do you want to pause at 9:35?
Okay. I'm
Alright.
at 938 now. Just go to
Okay,
938.
I'll just go a little bit ahead, but these are some really interesting picks, which is why we chose it. It's almost like we saw these picks coming. But
I
anyway,
didn't. You didn't tell me what was gonna do.
Magnus, he's gotten some buffs, 6'9", and 7'0", and 7'2". He's gotten buffs, but he's never really been played, because I think he just requires too many items.
He's really squishy if you think about it.
Yeah,
He
he's a
doesn't
really
have
squishy
many-
strength hero.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And he's really mana dependent, but he doesn't have that much mana. He's kind of like Chaos Knight, I think. Kind of shitty early.
except Chaos Knight has a little bit more of a reliable stun, and has, the images to
Yeah.
carry, whereas Magnus has such a small AoE that you can't really count on it too much. But
You
looks
know,
like
Magnus given the proper farm is ridiculous though. You get rampages all day.
Right, and he's a pretty shitty laner, but look at this lineup by the Scourge. Expect to see some fucking Wombo Combo lineups. I wish there was a Darkseer, but
Yeah.
Black Hole and Reverse Polarity can function just as well. So, how do you think they're gonna lane this?
It's interesting. I think Chen's obviously going to jungle. I think Veno is going to support Magnus top with Gyro mid and Enigma Wombo and solo.
I think that's a very smart laning assignment.
What do you
One that I
think about
would not
Sentinel though? That's completely fucked. I don't know who they're going to lane where, because they have 3 junglers and like 5 solos
Right.
for a total of 8 heroes.
So I think they're gonna probably put the Batrider top, maybe the Furion mid, and then Enchantress in jungle with Lycan and Witch Doctor laning.
Now, do you think Furion could solo top? And I'm saying this because I tried it once, and what I did was I used my trees to kind of scout ganks coming, and it wasn't really that effective, but I did die. So
I think Furion's more suited to mid lane because you want to get fast solos so you can gank earlier, get a high level of TP, a decent level of sprout, and then decent level of pushing. So after you gank, you can just push the tower. So I like Furion more in the mid lane, but that's really going to nerf the Batrider in terms of farm. But fortunately, he's not really facing too much lane harassment. Venomancer has pretty shitty range, and Chen, if they ward off the Chen creeps, they should be okay for the Batrider. I'm rooting for this Batrider.
I don't know if they lane Veno Gyro though. That Batrider's pretty deeply in trouble, I think.
Right, and Max
just with the
mid.
slow and the stun.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see also if Gyro picks up an Ags, but I don't think he needs to because they're really going to count on close quarters team fights more than a global gank.
Yep.
So
Yep.
probably not an Ags in this case, but Ags Gyro is just really fun.
As Gyro, you always have to pick up Ags though, so you can farm all the way across the map.
Right, sort of like a Fury.
Yeah, steal everyone else's farm. Yeah, exactly. That's why I like playing these heroes. You just steal your whole team's farm and
Make them all
it's not
miserable.
your fault. It's your hero's fault.
Right. Alright, I'm gonna
Okay,
unpause,
we can go.
and I'll tell you when I'm at 9:38. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40,
Yep.
41. Alright, let's do this. So, introducing the players, we have Waga playing that Magnus, and looks like he's going to solo mid? Ooh.
Yeah, I've seen that before. It's a little more pubby. I don't want to say pubby, but I've seen it in pubs. Magnus solo mid. You can use Shockwave to harass and to farm creeps and get a fast bottle.
Right. And that was sort of the thing when Magnus was popular in pubs. I don't think he was too popular in competitive scene, except in maybe like mid 5 era, 6.5x era.
Yeah, it looks like they're dual jungling, I think.
Oh really? Ooh.
Yeah, Enigma's definitely jungling with those items. Chen has a Basilius, so he's also jungling. So yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna be
That's gonna,
really.
that's gonna put their lanes in jeopardy a little bit, I think. I don't think Gyro can solo. He's gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. So pretty much our lane agreements. Although I thought they made sense. Look like they're pretty wrong. So these players know a lot more than us. And
Or they're just sticking around.
right. But this is ICS, and the grand finals is of this is a LAN tournament, which features $7,000. So I don't think there's too much digging around anymore. It's the real deal. Ooh, your mic just went a little crazy right there. Alright, back in action. So after that mic mishap, but we should be all good.
It wasn't a mic mishap.
Oh, really?
It was B-balling, being a douche. Big fat douche.
Why you gotta be like that?
Big fat douche. Big douche.
I think you drank a little too much. But anyway, we see the Furion mid, as we predicted, and the Batrider soloing top.
And this is what I was saying. Look, this Magnus is getting kind of owned. Just a little bit too squishy.
Yeah, interesting to pick up a Quang Blade so early.
Look at Chen. He's gonna get harassed by this Witch Doctor here.
Yeah, so EMC making some good moves, but what do you think about Magnus picking up a Quang Blade so early? I guess he predicted that he's fighting the Furion to escape the Sprout, but usually you want a bit more survivability, and you want to get a faster bottle.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Chen's gonna die here.
Yeah, as we see Enchantress and Chen stealing creeps, and Chen is taking a lot of damage to the Furball Clap, and...
Nice micro there. Nice micro there on the Panda.
Yeah, so really well done. That was pretty funny watching Enchantress steal the Chen creep and owning the Chen. So that's going to hurt EMC a little bit. And I think mid lane is pretty much going to go to Furion. So let's see how bot lane does. And bot lane...
You know, I don't know though. Look at the CS in mid.
Oh, really?
Furion has 3 and Magnus has 7, so...
Oh, wow.
That's what I was saying. You can just shockwave farm him. He doesn't need to be at close at all.
But eventually he's going to run out of mana. It's not like he has a crystal main. But
he's going to get a bottle though. Like, you get bottle and rune lore.
Yeah, that's true. And we see Enigma jungling. He's just going to level up as fast as possible. And Gyro versus Batrider, I think Batrider has this really easily.
Oh, definitely. But Gyro doesn't really have a chance later on.
But, you know, when Batrider dives you can turn on your rocket spray, and that, since Batrider will dive so close to you, that will only damage him. And that's a lot of damage. That's like 400 damage at level 1 if all the rockets hit you.
Right, and then after that 400 damage is done, he can just kill you.
Yeah. So Batrider has to be careful, but I think if he plays it smart enough, he should have the advantage. But he went for the early boots, maybe expecting that Venomancer to tri-lane along with the Chen. So that boots is going to hurt him.
He's being a little too fearful of this Enigma here. I don't... there's Chen here too, though. Yeah, I guess he is kind of against the tri-lane, so he has to be careful.
And a nice ward by HT, seeing that neutral spawn right there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
they're letting this Veno farm a lot though. In comparison to see how EMC is pressuring the Batrider, the Enchantress and the Witch Doctor really not pressuring the Venomancer or the Venomancer at all. Kind of letting him farm. He's out farming the Lycan, and that's not good.
Right, but Lycan's getting a lot of solo experience, so you can keep that in mind. And although Lycan's not farming too much, he needs fast levels, and helping Witch Doctor get to a higher level, like you said earlier, a farmed Witch Doctor can be pretty devastating. Especially if with the right placement of the Death Ward, which I almost always fuck up in team fights, because I'm terrible at Death Ward.
It's really not that hard. Like, it's playing Witch Doctor, I think, is more about knowing when to use your ultimate, rather than, like, knowing how to play him. You just gotta know that, like, these people use...
Sorry to cut you off, but we see it engaged up top, and Batrider dies to a nice clap and Malefice by the Enigma. And
they
meanwhile...
got killed bottom, too. Same exact thing happened bottom, that's really funny.
Yeah, so... But it looks like top already did significant damage to that tower, and that tower is gonna die very fast. And looks like the bottom tower is gonna die really fast as well.
Yep, so the double tri-lane, double jungle, just standard death. All around.
Right, standard picks, and we see Magnus rune-horning it up. Meanwhile, Furion 15-4 as compared to the Magnus's 20-4, so Magnus holding his own, like he said.
And he's got his bottle already, so Furion actually has to be careful. The shockwave does a lot of damage, and look how scared he is of walking up here.
Meanwhile, we see Venomancer pressuring the Witch Doctor. He's getting focused by a tower, so he will die, unfortunately. And the Wisps weren't enough to help him, and looks like they're gonna take this top tower nonetheless.
Tower, so that's really good.
Oh wow, a ward deny. Nice ward deny. Ward control by the Venomancer. And looks like Furion died.
Mid. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't catch that. I was watching bottom, but Furion died to the Magnus. I guess he just reverse polarity to him, but he's almost at a little over you know, 2/3 mana.
No, he didn't. He didn't use it. It's not on cooldown.
He just used Skewer and Shockwave?
He, I think Furion probably fucked up.
Probably. And Furion's really squishy, which is one of the downfalls of laning of Furion.
Yeah.
He's just insanely squishy.
Here's the thing about Magnus solo mid. His Shockwave is really inexpensive mana-wise. Like you can it's kind of spammable.
Right. I
It's
think
a lot of damage. Like as the other mid solo, it's just annoying to deal with that because like you don't want to buy a regen every single time he casts it. So.
Right. I think a level 4 Shockwave is only 90 mana, and that's around a 300 AoE nuke, which is pretty strong. So Magnus.
The Veno and Enchantress gonna have a little doozy in the forest.
But Enchantress's heal should make this okay, and looks like the Veno does fall.
Yeah. That was a little bit stupid, I think. You don't want to use a Veno ult against an Enchantress. Like, you're not going to get the kill.
Right. I don't really foresee any strong team fights, but again, against the Enchantress by herself.
Nice play by the Witch Doctor there, stunning the Magnus so they could get the rune, kind of denying the rune from him.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, you missed that.
Yeah. I watched them take the rune, and we see Batrider getting totally owned, 9-2, level 5. I feel for this Batman.
Keep in mind he had 7 creep kills in the first minute and a half.
Oh, I'm so sad. Batrider's my favorite hero.
Nobody likes Batrider, dude. Nobody likes playing him. Nobody likes playing against him. Terrible hero. Should be removed. He was broken when he was introduced. He's broken now. Just get rid of him.
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. What else can I say? Meanwhile, we see Furion picking out an early Medallion of Courage, so maybe they're gonna go for an early Roshan?
Okay, I don't know about that. If they're gonna do early Roshan, that's fine. But that doesn't give him anything in terms of early game power. It's usually the Dagon or the Midas that you want to get on him, I think. I personally favor the Dagon because I like the KS. Midas also, understandable.
And looks like Enchantress is in a little bit of trouble, and nice skewer combined with rocket nukes and a Chen being really annoying just owns. And a reverse polarity casted only for the Witch Doctor, and they're gonna get the Witch Doctor easy.
It's worth it.
So 2 kills picked up by EMC, and they have 2 towers. Meanwhile, they deny the top tower. So overall, EMC is looking really strong and really utilizing this creative lineup pretty well. And I'm gonna be excited to see how they fare in the mid game because their lineup is all about that team fight.
Yeah. I don't know about creative as in it's just a bunch of AoE ults, but
oh come on, when do you see Gyro and Magnus? When do you see Magnus ever? Like I've seen Gyro a couple times.
I mean, it's creative in that it's like we haven't seen it before, but it looks like a lineup that I would pick in a CM game and then lose.
I suppose so. But yeah, I guess that Medallion of Courage on Furion will help the Lycan pick down Roshan really fast, but Furion's really squishy. And they're not really ganking too hard, so that Medallion's not really being utilized to its full effectiveness.
Yeah. The thing is that they don't have the ganking ability of the Sentinel, I think. In terms of burst damage now, like at this moment in time, they have less damage than the Sentinel. So they can't just go around willy-nilly ganking people. Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah.
So what I think
it's always an issue, I think, when you pick gankers, but you find the other team has better gankers and you can't really gank them. That's kind of a problem.
Check out Magnus's farm, 44 in less than 10 minutes. That's pretty strong for a fucking melee hero.
Yeah, I would say so.
And he wasn't free farming.
Venomancer as well, with 37. He's got the arcane boots ready, and he's gonna gank here. Ooh, fail from the Furion. Epic imba fail there. Did you see that?
No, but we see the Lycan cleaning it up.
Yes, but he treed the nothing.
He treed the nothing.
Yep. Ooh, they're gonna get the Lycan here. I think the missile's gonna. They should chase him. His ult's gonna wear off.
No, it looks like they're more concerned with the Witch Doctor and the Batrider.
Oh,
and that
double ultimate here. Magnus gonna clean up. Ultimate goes down from the guy, the helicopter. Pew pew. And and
they pick off the Gyro as well.
For some,
the Batrider. And looks like Enchantress put himself in a bad position, and he's gonna get missile and Furion.
No, it's the Furion who put himself in a bad position.
And these rockets, without any creeps to stop it, just do so much damage. And looks like the Chen...
Where is their support? What happened? What's going on with Pink?
Um,
Kind of a miscommunication there. I think two of them went in and two of them went out. Yeah, no good.
so two of them put it in, two of them pulled it out.
Yeah,
Right.
at the same time.
So we see Lycan working on that treads, and Furion looks like he's gone for the mechanism, which I think is a pretty smart buy, as we see so often these days. You know, we don't really see fast minus into Hex or stuff like that. We see more of utility items, much like a Windrunner. Get Necrobook, get that mechanism, stuff like that. And
Yeah. I don't know though. The thing about Furion is if you're gonna mid solo him, you should play more of an important role, I think. But you know, mecha always good. They don't really have another mecha carrier on their team, so I guess it's a good idea.
right. I mean, I think the thing about this build on Furion is that they recognize they're not really gonna get too many solo ganks off unless they get an Enigma gank or something like that.
Yeah, he can't really just go around TPing and he's just gonna die if he does that.
Yeah, and Chen always has that Hand of God to help his allies out in the spot of trouble, so... But despite all that, it looks like HT pick up another tower, so they're up in the tower counts 3, or 2.5 rather, because they had to deny it to 2. So HT's getting some farm, but I think the creep kill advantage is firmly in EMC's favor, and I think EMC has the mid-game advantage as well.
Oh, for sure. I think EMC is definitely ahead right now. Now, interesting item on Magnus. What do you think about that?
The quarterstaff? Ooh, looks like a Lothar's. I don't really see Magnus get Orchid in any game, so it's gotta be a Lothar's.
You know, he had 1900 gold.
And meanwhile, we see an engagement up top. Looks like Venomancer casts his ultimate, but he will be the first one to die.
Yeah,
and like already turned on
in here. I don't know. There's 5 people there.
And Magnus gets trapped. He's getting totally raped, and he skewers himself to safety, but he does fall at the same time. And meanwhile, Gyro's doing a lot of damage, and a nice black hole catches 3 heroes, but looks like the Witch Doctor did nice damage. And this teamfight is going in the favor of Sentinel all the way, but Lycan might be the next one to fall. Nope, they're going to get the Enigma. So strong team fighting by the Sentinel.
Big fail there by Surge. Kind of, the Magnus kind of went in. I don't know what was going on there, but they didn't coordinate well enough.
Yeah, he didn't use his ultimate. He just got chain stunned really hard.
And he bought back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used 700 gold to buy back.
That looks like something you do. A rage buy. And meanwhile, a nice teleport in by the Venomancer. They're going to get the Enchantress really easily, and Lycan's is on cooldown.
But he can just TP out. Smart play there.
Oh, Magnus didn't have enough mana for Skewer, so he couldn't cast it.
Does that cancel TP?
I don't know. Maybe he has the same interaction as Force Staff. I'd have to look into it. I'm not really too sure. But, you know, how often do you see Magnus again? But
yeah, you don't even see him in pub games now.
Yeah.
Like, people just don't pick him.
He's pretty fucking difficult to play, I'd say, for, you know, a melee strength hero. Needs really good positioning.
Yeah, he's not difficult in like his he's not difficult to play in like skill wise, but he's difficult to play in the sense that you need to be able to do well early with him. Yeah.
Right, and you know, Reverse Polarity,
that made no sense.
If it's landed, is probably the best ultimate in the game because it goes through BKB and it positions the opposing team for, you know, all your initiation after that. But we just don't see that.
It's pretty hard to land.
Right, it has small AOE, and he needs a dagger, even with the Skewer rework from his Great Cleave. Or Lothar's, right. And looks like he's going to try to put on some pressure to this Lycan, but Lycan should be just fine, honestly.
Yeah, look at Lycan farming really well.
And he's out DPSing this Magnus pretty hard.
Now, what do you think about Midas on Lycan? Because I always get Midas on Lycan, and people flame me for it, but I always win with Lycan, so I don't know what the deal is.
You always win with Lycan because you play people who are almost as... You play people who are actually worse than you for once, but Lycan's getting...
No. I win with Lycan against everybody. Against good teams, against bad teams. I win with Lycan.
Sorry to interrupt you, but there's a bit of a skirmish on bottom, and we see EMC Mini go down. Lycan was really close to dying, but he managed to escape, and looks like Chen is going to be the next one to fall.
Here's the impetus going to own the Chen. I'm sorry, I missed that because I'm talking with my eyes closed.
You don't have eyes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like I set you up for that or anything.
Yeah. But anyway, Sentinel's doing a good job. They were in a bit of a deficit, but now I think with the tower advantage and with the kill advantage, they found themselves back, and they're gonna Roshan right now. So, looks like Batrider, Enchantress, and Witch Doctor being such strong early game heroes is really helping them out. But once
Uh-huh.
once the Scourge picks up their Blink Daggers, maybe a mechanism. Oh, Chen has a mechanism, so they should be okay as far as
Yeah.
fights go.
So free Rosh for them. What do you think about the Django on the helicopter?
Really?
I think it's kind of retarded. I don't. Maybe they're using him as a utility, sort of like a windrunner.
Um,
To serve that purpose, he uses the stun, he uses the ult.
I don't think Windrunner was
and that's his
picked or
job.
banned, so
No, that's a good point. He was not picked or banned, so I don't know.
they wanted a Windrunner role. I'm not a huge fan of Gyro.
If they were
Django.
going to do this with Gyro, they might as well have just done it with Windrunner, which is a better hero.
Right, I'm not a huge fan of Django and Gyro. I mean, it gives him some strength, gives him some moves and speed, but I really want Gyro to tank more.
You
And
could just get an ultimate orb and get a Manta. You know, it's not much more expensive.
right, so I'm not a huge fan of Django and Gyro. I'd rather see
Yeah.
the Enigma pick it up rather than Vanguard soaring into treads. I'd rather see Enigma pick
Yeah.
up that Django.
I think Gyro is kind of their.
Oh,
He
looks
should
like a
be
team
an
fight going on,
ult-
and Invisible
and a
Magnus gets a
grab on the
nice
gyro
skewer
here.
into reverse
Big
polarity.
ultimate on three! Big ultimate on three!
And-
The Lycan's kind of cleaning up though. And black hole! Holy shit! And really nice, almost Wombo Combo there, I think.
Right.
I don't know. Nobody's dying though.
Only the Witch Doctor died, and Lycan has the Aegis, so he'll be able to run out fine, but he already used his wolf form, so he's just gonna get chain stun, but meanwhile
he's gonna
Magnus
die again, I
dies.
think.
And Lycan's definitely gonna get chain stun. No, he's just gonna turn
Nope,
around and beat the
Sentinel
hell
coming
out
back
of him.
in for help.
And now we see the usefulness of that medallion, just picking off that Chen 3 hits.
Yep.
And Venomancer should be the next one to fall. Yep. Almost.
Yep, Venom's gonna die.
So,
And nice play from the Enchantress. I always like when people do this. I don't know if you saw that, but he understood that the Chen was going to die, so he just walked up to the next target. I don't know. I think he slowed it too. So
yeah,
really
always,
good. They got 2 kills out of that rather than 1.
always try to
Always good,
maximize
too.
your damage.
Yep.
When a hero's about to die, just turn on the next one and rape the shit out of him. So that was really surprising because I thought EMC had that because Magnus was invisible and he got a beautiful skewer on 3 heroes and got a ridiculous reverse polarity, but they just didn't really have too much follow DPS because Venomancer's ultimate is sort of residual DPS and Magnus doesn't have enough DPS items at this point in the game.
That's why I do not like this Django on the Gyrocopter. They need him to get pretty big early if they want this strategy to work.
Right, and Gyro pretty much was only good for his ultimate, and his rocket dispersion damage just
Yep.
hit a lot of creeps
Well,
and shit.
they've got a stun on the Enchantress right now.
Enchantress should be fine, especially with the backup of the Witch Doctor, but no, looks like they're gonna leave him. No, there's the cask, but Venom Scale does hit, and looks like a lot of shit is being thrown out on the Enchantress, but Enchantress
And
just
here's
laughs it
missile
off.
number 2. I don't know if they're going to go for this. And there's Death Ward. And,
A
yep,
preventative
see,
Death
Cass
Ward
behind
doing
the
so much
tree.
damage, but a Batrider lasso drags in the Chen, and looks like they can in fact go. Nope, the mechanism, and just save the Chen, but
Cask on 2, Cask on 2.
Cask raping the shit
Yeah.
out of that, and an ill-fated chase by the Scourge.
Meanwhile, Lycan pushing, farming and pushing. Does he have BKB yet?
Almost. He has the Ogre Axe, and he only
Yeah,
lost the Aegis now. That's a team fight. Well, he picked up a couple
2600
kills.
gold, and I think he's going to get it really soon.
Yeah.
Look at him just bully this Enigma.
So, what do you think happened to EMC? Because, like you said in the beginning, they were winning, but
You know, it was a pretty simple thing, I think. It was that 1 or 2 team fights where they kind of didn't coordinate well, and they died. And just this simple, couple kills here and there turn around the mid game for them, and they're now behind.
right. But I do think HT has a stronger early game because Enchantress is just so brutal at that stage. Even though there is a Chan on the opposing team, I think EMC really needs to get their daggers or their Lothars, as Magnus almost has right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Enigma finishes at treads. He's nowhere near close to that Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, Venomancer has that Poke Booster.
I think Enigma should have gone Blink too, because this Mag is going to set up. Wog is playing really well.
But if Max is going to set up, then you don't really need to blink because you can just walk in. I think he should have just gone for maybe... I think
Okay.
he's doing the right call for the
Okay.
later stages of the game where you just tank up so you don't die after Magnus gets the ultimate.
Well, he might as well have just gotten Ghost Staff then, is what I'm thinking, because the Lycan, the Enchantress,
And the Furion.
yeah.
But it looks like Furion's picking up that Mystic Staff. Let's see how close he is to that Hex. He has 800 gold, so he's going to pick up Void Stone, and only 2.1k later, he has that Hex.
Oh, Hex? That's so lame. Come on, that's not how you play Furion. Okay, do you want me to explain to you how to play Furion? You get a Dagon, you cast 10 kills, and then you get a Lothars, then you get a Manta, then you get a Desolator, and then you win.
Right. I mean, why don't people just hire you? You should be captain instead of
No,
Archstyle.
you say this every game. And
Do you know that Archstyle left Navi? I'm so sad.
No. Wait, really?
Yes, he left Navi just today, and that's a huge blow because Archstyle is like the anti-Chinese European player, whatever team he goes on.
Why did he leave, though?
Maybe he's tired of Dota.
Bad Rider's dead because he's bad.
Yeah, just huge amount of ganks and a wasted ultimate by Magnus.
The player isn't bad. I meant the hero is bad, but I like Bad Rider.
Yeah.
Bad Rider sucks.
But we saw Magnus waste that ultimate, but the thing about Reverse Polarity is that actually has a short cooldown as far as
I think
ultimates go.
it's 100 at level 3, 100?
Yeah, I think it's 100.
Yeah. Look at me, know my cooldowns, yeah.
And looks like their Scourge are not going to give up this tower as Gyro's doing a lot of damage and Magnus TP's in, but he doesn't have that ultimate, keep in mind. And meanwhile, Lycan is trying to chase, but just now turns on that BKB.
BKB done, but Black Hole's gonna go right through that. Should be attacking in there, and it gets crit off, that's funny. Oh no, that wasn't crit, that
BKB
was
wears
Lothars.
off at just the wrong time. And his form wears off at just the wrong time, and they end that dominating streak, which is pretty important. And now Furion's definitely going to be the next one to fall. He has rockets, he has
And a
Magnuses.
missile coming, yeah, he's dead.
So, oh, can he? Nope.
Try to TP.
Shockwaved.
And the double kill.
But it looks like, meanwhile, the Sentinel picked up a kill on Mini, who I think is the Venomancer.
Yeah, he's solo pushing bottom.
Oh, I don't think I fully introduced the players. I just said Waga.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I think Mini's on that Venomancer. We have Bouncy Feeling on the Enigma.
Who's that?
Maybe it's Reese, or maybe it's a stand-in.
Maybe it's Unpapaya Coconut.
No, I think he left. I think it's Rishan.
Oh, really?
Or I don't know. I'm not too familiar right now.
That's so sad.
And Panterspot's playing that Gyro and Enter God mode. Maybe that's Rishan, and maybe the other one is on Papaya Coconut.
I'm gonna make a new BattleNet name. It's gonna be Unpapaya Coconut Fan.
Meanwhile, we have HD Happy Birthday, who disappointed you on your birthday with this Brood Mother
Yeah,
player.
very much so.
He's playing the
He's
Lycan.
playing well today, though. He's doing okay.
Yeah,
Doing okay.
but it's on your birthday.
I'm still pissed, but what can you do?
Nivelium's on that Furion. We got Andrew SPRW something on the Enchantress. Dubas on the Witch Doctor, and Batrider is being played by Defender. So a little bit of low in the action. Do you want to check on the creep stats really quick?
Not really.
Oh.
Okay, we have 15 on the Enchantress with 38 neutral kills. That comes to a total of 51. He has an Arcane Boots, a Django, and he's going for his active Scepter. On Nivelium, who is the Furion, we have 78 creep kills.
Dude, your mic is fucking up again.
Really?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Alright, now it's okay.
Okay, I think it's because my internet sucks.
Oh.
Is it like crackly?
Yeah, now it's a little bit.
Yep, that's my internet. Okay, the Furion has 78. He is solo mid. Almost done with the sheep. Needs about 1.3k. Defender has that's the Bat Rider. He's got his Blink Dagger. He is 1 and 4, but that's okay. We have the Witch Doctor having nothing, and Happy Birthday. He's 4 and 1, and has 95 creeps. So doing well.
Meanwhile, Waga, despite his early farm, only has 92, and second highest is Gyro with 80. But Gyro only has that broadsword. Is he going to make a crit? Not too sure. I don't know if that's a broadsword.
Crit would not be a good idea.
He doesn't do enough damage to warrant a crit this early on.
Right. Oh, he finished his crit. Okay. Okay. You know.
I'm not a huge fan of this choice again because he doesn't do enough damage to get really powerful crits.
I think even the Battle Fury would have been a better item right now.
No, I don't think so.
No, it would have. Think about it. He gets the mana regen, gets the damage. Okay, maybe I'm just kidding, but
But yeah, Mag has that Lothars and he's picking up a Claymore. Looks like he's gonna go for Battle Fury or maybe double Lothars.
Here comes Lycan, and Fury and TP's in. Really good identifying that 3 of them were mid, the rest of them were mid, so free kill on Panterspot there.
Looks like there's gonna be a free kill on the Witch Doctor.
Ooh, okay. I'm looking at that now. But yeah, that's a good trade.
But I think I'd take, a Gyro for a Witch Doctor, especially when you use a Magnus ult for.
The thing is, Lycan uses BKB for no reason at all, and that's a big waste, I think.
And meanwhile, Venomancer gonna get Shen TP'd home at the last second. Nice play by the Shen player. And meanwhile, the Sen are pushing up this tower, and there's no Magnus ult. Right? So it looks like Scourge aren't really afraid of anything at this point. And there's no Venomancer ult either. There's not really a black hole.
Do you mean they doesn't afraid of anything?
They doesn't afraid of anything, but this Lycan should be, as he gets nuked down, and to skewer black hole combination just for the Fury, and it's gonna own him. And in normal cases, Enigma should be discouraged from using black hole on one hero, but they have so many other AoE ultimates that it's okay.
It's not
And killing a Fury is always a good idea, especially when they're being pushed so hard, so you can't push other lanes.
Especially when he was about 1,300 gold to his sheep, and now he's about 1,900 gold to his sheep. So.
And especially realizing Roshan's up, let's take it out.
Dude, no, I'm wrong. He bought it. He bought it.
He bought the sheep.
He's now 0 gold to his sheep.
As you see Enigma pick up that Blink Dagger, and they're gonna go for the Roshan. Let's see who's gonna pick it up. Probably. Looks like Gyro is a free item spot, but I'm gonna guess the Magnus because he's the best DPS.
They're putting a lot of eggs into the Gyrocopter basket here. And if he's going to crit, then they're gonna take this late,
Right.
And I'm thinking about it. It's really not that bad of an item, considering they have about 10 seconds of AoE stun available for them. He could just sit there and right click.
And yeah, I guess the Jangle would help you a lot in that case as well. But Mag does take the Aegis. So, Scourge...
Oh, no, look at it though. That's a good item, because look at the Empower on him. Look how much damage he has now.
Who, Gyro?
Yeah.
I don't see... wow.
He's got the Empower level 4.
Wow.
So I'm assuming they discussed that, and he decided to go crit after that.
Yeah, and we forgot to talk about that. That's one of the reasons why Magnus is a pretty good hero in power, especially when he's playing sort of the semi-carry initiator. We have another really strong DPS.
He should be more of a sort of a semi-carry, almost support role, I think, initiator support. He can really, he can empower a main carry, just go into ultimate, and he's done his job, I think.
Right.
Doesn't really need to cleave the shit out of people when they can just kill them with other heroes.
So yeah, it was looking a little bit grim for EMC after they lost that tower, and they lost a lot of kills, but they got back the kills, and I think most importantly, they got that Roshan, so they can't just be so balls deep in all the time. And that's going to hurt him a lot.
Blink Dagger.
And yeah, Enigma's got that dagger. Chat just trying to finish up the Ags. Witch Doctor, despite getting pretty good E experience, doesn't have too much to show for it. Yeah. Well, he has the Django.
I'm surprised nobody on the Sentinel picked up a 4-staff yet.
That's true, That'll help a lot.
Yeah, I think Batrider could have got one. Furion even could have got one. Witch Doctor...
Yeah.
No, Witch Doctor needs his other items.
Especially if you're playing sort of the utility Furion. I mean, Hex is always a strong item, but 4-staff, Ghost Scepter would be not bad either.
Lycan could have got one too. Do you know who I always get 4-staff on?
Who?
Skeleton King.
Right.
I'm not even kidding. He's the pro shit ever.
Well,
because he has problems like walking around creeps and shit, right? And
if you watch Luminous on his stream, he always gets every single Nevermore game. He always gets 4-staff instead of Blink.
That makes sense, I guess.
No,
you get the mana. You get the. Yes, it does. don't flame Lumi. Lumi's God.
It's God. Nah. Alright, meanwhile, just some standard wards. Yeah. Actually, there are wards everywhere, especially Venomancer wards. Just littering the map, really preventing all of ganks, really limiting that Furion quite a bit.
There's smoke up here. We're gonna have a big fight in the mid lane, I think.
Ooh, double smoke.
Huge? Would you say it's gonna be huge?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be huge, bruh. And they're gonna try to get the light.
Ready? Pow. Pow. Here comes Enigma. Gets sheep. Enigma gets sheep. Pro Enigma.
Doesn't matter. Reverse polarity.
Doesn't matter. Black hole.
Getting 2 heroes. And Wow, that just went all. That was the Wombo Combo team fight that Scourge was looking for.
Yeah. Furion got out though. Actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, when it's Malphus and the Rockets on cooldown, there's not really too many stuns. But it's okay. Magnus got Witch Doctor and Lycan. They killed Lycan before he could activate, or he activated BKB, but he was already so low HP. And then Enigma after the Hex got 2 more. You got the Enchantress and the Furion.
Yep.
That just led to a total team rapage. Meanwhile, Furion's probably going to teleport top to push the top lane, but Venomance is already there. As I stutter.
Yeah. Now I think Sentinel needs to identify that this Magnus is really what's owning them right now, and they need to get some sentry wards to push.
Right. That's a good call. Maybe a gem? I don't know. There's no really strong
Yeah.
gem carrier, I'd say. Maybe the Witch Doctor? If Witch Doctor stays
No,
back
he-
instead of stand next to him, fucking like
It's
it.
true.
But maybe a gem.
And
This Lothar's proving its worth. And we see Gyro
Yeah.
actually doing a lot of damage with the Empower. He did a 334 damage crit, which is pretty strong.
yeah, Mag's got a Battle Fury.
And Lycan, after that BKB, guess what he's picked up? If your answer was nothing, you'd be right. So, good job.
Oh,
being right.
I was actually gonna say that, but I got scared because I thought it was wrong.
It's okay, I read your mind, I looked into the future, and you were right, so it's all good.
And yep, they picked up sentries. If you see, Witch Doctor. Oh, he's gonna cast. Magnus ults too. Oh God.
And they're really
Oh,
abusing
that
the
is
short
unpleasant.
cooldown on the Magnus ultimate,
That
using
is
it
unpleasant for this.
every time
for
it's
the
off
Sentinel.
cooldown. The Rider blinks
Oh,
in.
that Rider blink. Furion comes in. They're gonna clean up here, I think.
No, Chen has the Ghost
another
Scepter.
sail from the Furion.
Chen has the Ghost Scepter preventing a lot of Lycan damage, and they're going to pick off the Barretter next, and Lothar's allows Magnus to catch up, and a nice nuke by the Chen. And this chasing power,
okay,
usually expect the team
okay.
with the Lycan to be chasing, but
Let me speak. Furion missed another tree on the. That's the reason they're losing the team fight right now, because Gyro was able to catch up and use a rocket. That's the only reason they're winning right now. He's not doing anything else. He's just walking around. I'm very disappointed in this Furion.
meanwhile Lycan barely manages to escape, and looks like Furion's going to try to TP out, but he's going to get rocketed. Oh,
No, he's
nope,
fine.
the
He's
teleport.
fine.
Got
No,
him.
okay. He TP'd in and treed ground. I don't know why you would do that when you could just treat a hero.
Just misclick. That's probably the only reason.
That was the second or third time he's done that.
Well, maybe he's having trouble with his mouse.
Maybe he's lagging.
Maybe he's lagging. Maybe
Yeah,
his
he's
cat's on
probably
fire.
lagging. Oh man, that's
So,
really funny. I don't know why that was so funny.
probably because you used that same excuse earlier today.
Yeah.
BRB, getting raped, my cat's on fire.
Right, okay, me and B-Ball we're versing each other in Pokemon. We made our Pokemon teams, and it's what's the thing called? What's the client called?
Pokemon Online.
Pokemon Online. Yeah, we're very cool, by the way. So just in case you're wondering, but we're making teams, and I was kind of losing, so I just quit, and I said my cat was on fire, which is what you do. It's what you do in Dota, but I applied it to Pokemon.
And you
I
can't
think it
get
worked
punished
pretty
in Pokemon, so it's all good.
Look at the Magnus. Magnus is fucked.
Oh,
Unless
Magnus
they have
gets
vision.
jumped upon, and the gem on the Batrider.
Yeah,
And
do
looks
they
like,
have vision? Oh no, gem in the bat right.
yeah, they have the gem on the Batrider, and he gets
look,
hexed.
Yep.
And he goes down literally 3 shots by everybody thanks to the medallion. And with that, I think they're gonna push. Let's see. Magnus does have enough to buy back though, so I think he's gonna buy back once they start pushing. So they gotta be careful of that ultimate again once, they're getting pushed. Obvious statement.
And they have double Django on the Sentinel, all the way across the sky.
Yeah, what do you think about refilling Django's? I mean, I like to do it a lot, but I don't know if it's most cost efficient.
You asked me this last game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think I asked you
So
in like
therefore, I do
pub.
not feel the need to answer that question. No, I'm just kidding. I always refill my Django. I think it's a pretty good item. It's even useful late game. Gives that extra chasing power, or that extra couple attacks in that could turn the team fight. Let's watch this mid.
Looks like Magnus is not going to buy back. They're just going to wait, and looks like the Sentinel are doing the right choice. Just bypass that mid tower altogether
Yep.
and push the bot racks. Let's see,
I think,
Batrider.
how long does Magnus have? How long
Nope,
does
Magnus buys
he's,
back.
He's here.
And Venomancer
Venom
catches a
goes
bunch
down
of
too.
people.
Gonna go in. And Witch Doctor ulti on the side, that's going to do a lot of damage to everyone.
And keep in mind, Batrider still has a gem, but a nice black hole! That was a game-changing black hole. That was DGC-esque.
Excellent black hole.
That was
We were talking over each other. I don't give a shit.
That was an orgasmic black hole. There's a lot of sticky stuff all around the chairs right now.
Just
That was no Magnus ult, just a black hole.
no, they did he did ult after that.
Oh, after that?
Yeah,
but,
he the black hole enabled him to get his ultimate off. The problem is they lost the Borax.
But you know, usually it's a problem when you lose a Rex so early in the game as like 20 minutes, but when you lose it 35 minutes of the game and you pick up 4 kills instead, I think that's a pretty good trade. But they did force Magnus to wait a long time. He was literally 8 seconds away, and then he bought back, which is a little bit poor use of money, maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe that was just a bait. Try to wait for the buyback as long as possible, and then go in for it. I don't know.
The thing about the Scourge team is they have no problem pushing against Mega Creeps though. I mean, they have the cleave, they have the range cleave. What is it called? The
flat cannon.
The copter cleave.
Flat cannon.
What?
Flat cannon.
Oh, flat cannon. Okay, I thought you said something else. But yeah, I think Magnus is gonna get an armlet. You think with that? Yeah. I think it's gonna be an armlet. That would be the smart choice.
Maybe, or maybe it's gonna be a veil or lifesteal. Who knows?
No, I think he doesn't need lifesteal because he's not gonna be taking damage. He's either gonna be, killing the other team, or he's gonna be dead. It's either or. I think He's not gonna be. I don't know if that made any sense.
No, that made sense. And we see Gyro picking up that BKB, gonna allow him to not be so squishy. So even without the Vanguard.
Enigma pre-jack too.
But you got to be careful with the BKB because that does remove Empower. So he still does a lot of plus damage though with the Vlads on the Chen.
Oh, it removes Empower?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it removes Empower along with Bloodlust.
But it doesn't remove double damage, does it?
Yeah, it does remove double damage.
Oh, it does?
Yes. Okay. Mechanics, noob.
Shut up! I don't care about mechanics.
Anyway, we see Chen picking up that Ghost Scepter a while ago, using it very well when Magnus was focusing him, and he has the Vlads. This Chen is really stacked, and Enigma has the Pipe. Scourge are just looking really stacked.
Roshan is up. I think both teams are going to try to fight for it here.
This is a bad situation when your Enigma and your Chen are pretty much more stacked than your fucking Lycan.
Yeah. You mean, oh yeah, when the enemy...
Yeah.
Yep.
Enemy utility heroes are more stacked than your Lycan. And he still hasn't picked up anything since that BKB. And I think Scourge got this Roshan fight if they tried to get this, because...
I think they shouldn't go in, though. They should really sort of wait until something either goes away, or... Well, actually, no, they have to go defend here. See.
Right. But even then, if they just run fast, Roshan's is fought in such a small choke point that just sets up reverse polarity beautifully. So...
Yeah.
Sentinel have to be really careful.
They're going.
And we see Venomancer picking up some plus armor, that plate mail, along with the Ghost Scepter.
Did they? Goddamn. I'm just kidding. I'm okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, your mic went a little spazzy.
What was I gonna say? Did they pick up this Lycan last?
Yeah, they did pick it up last.
Okay, I think that was pretty stupid because, did they pick him up before Enigma?
They picked up Mag last, and we see Batrider initiating on the Chen, and Chen's gonna get ripped. No, he turns on the Ghost Scepter, and Enigma gets another nice black hole, but it gets immediately disabled by the Fear X. Lots of shit happening.
Doing work, being a wolf.
But nobody's dying, except for Chen.
BKB on the copter. Where is Magnus coming around the back? Butt sex at 3, 2, 1. Butt sex.
Butt sex finished. As another 3-for-1 exchange. And Fearon's gonna fall again, and 4-for-1. They're gonna get the Roshan.
Plus a Rosh.
Yeah, so...
Bad Rider's chilling. CP to base, just chilling.
Yeah, they tried to jump on the Chen, which I don't know if it was the smartest choice, because that Chen was pretty fat. And...
Okay, as I was saying, I don't think you don't want to pick Enigma. I mean, you don't want to pick Lycan if the other team has an Enigma. Enigma sort of owns Lycan in the face.
Right. And it was a third pick Enigma, remember?
Except when you're me playing Lycan, getting an Orchid versus your shitty Enigma and owning you. Yeah, you okay?
My brain could not comprehend the ridiculousness of that statement.
Okay.
Just
What
gotta
I'm
nod
going
my
to do
head
right
and
now,
agree.
I'm going to talk about the score. A little while ago, it was 15-10 in favor of the Sentinel, and now it's 19-30. So Scourge picked going
4 and
20 and 4
Yeah.
in the past, I think, 15 to 20 minutes.
Right, and it's all been initiated really well by the Enigma.
Yeah.
All the credit goes to this Enigma, I think, at this moment. Just throwing
Yeah,
out
especially that last team fight. That was really...
ridiculous
No, he
flags.
got sheeped. I think they have the better picks right now.
Right, they have the better like mid to late game lineup, and since Lycan's
I
not really
mean,
pick up any items at all
Yeah,
whatsoever.
let's talk about this real quick because there's nothing going on. I don't know what Sentinel is trying to do. It was kind of an amorphous strategy. Like they have pushers, but they have gankers, but they have initiators too. Like it doesn't really make sense to me. And they didn't push. They didn't go and push. And they have a good pushing team. So I don't know what the deal is. They don't have that like strong late game right now to handle this.
Yeah, I mean, I think what really hurt the Sentinel mostly was they have a strong early game, but they pretty much lost the laning phase, and although they really came back in the early game, I think the lack of items that they could have picked up in the laning phase really hurt them, the Batrider being so severely underfarmed. I mean, they performed the early mid game very well, and they were winning, but they didn't have the items to compete, and
Exactly.
the Scourge just got too
Yeah,
fat.
they also did get underfarmed early game. It's not over yet. We'll see if they can pull it back.
Right.
Magnus sold his helm and picked up a blink dagger.
Right.
It's
So
interesting.
Blink Lothar's strong combination. Blink
Yeah.
in, ult, Lothar's out. Can't see me, can't touch me. What you gonna do?
I think it was actually a really good reactionary buy to the gem. He can't really walk in and ult anymore. He has to blink. So good.
Right, and
Good
you know
job.
Magnus should be initiating because Enigma doesn't have the blink or the BKB. He does have the blink, sorry, but if the Fury and the Witch Doctor just stay back,
Yeah.
Enigma is
I
pretty
think
well
that
fucked.
Enigma and Magnus should really focus on getting those two heroes right now, the Fury and the Witch Doctor.
Looks like a
And,
smoke
what they're
gank.
gonna do? Oh, what happened there?
A bit of a smoke gank, but it failed. Looks like Sentinel recognized it, and they're gonna retreat. Now, for this team fights, who do you think Sentinel should initiate upon with the Batrider?
Uh, Definitely the Enigma, I would think.
Right, but Enigma's always putting himself in pretty good positions not to be
That's true.
initiated
He's
on.
always sitting back, so they're fucked. They can't go on any of these other heroes.
Right, I mean, normally I'd say in this case, you want to get rid of the Venomancer, because that ultimate does a lot of damage, especially with the axe.
Well, no,
but
they're
they
not gonna
can't.
get rid of the Venomancer. That was the thing. If you pull him in, he's just gonna ult your whole team.
Right, they can't kill him fast enough, because he has that plate mail, and he has 1800 HP.
Right. If you sheep him, Enigma's just gonna ult your whole team. You can't kill him fast enough. You just don't have the stuns to back up your team, basically.
So what would you do in the Sentinel shoot? What would you do?
Forfeit.
Okay, but you're like as a Deso now, so that gives him some more damage.
Yeah. Furion picks up a Monk King Bar.
So those are pretty big damage
They
items.
have no backup. They have no backup. They're just gonna die.
Yeah, they don't have nearly as much AoE.
They need like a Tide Hunter or something. Just give them that 2 to 3 seconds that they can just wail on people. But they don't have that though. They're just gonna get ulted.
Right. Yeah. Alright, I'll tell you what I think Sentinel should initiate on.
All right. Okay, hold on. While you're doing that, I'm gonna walk over and get another beer.
Okay, bro. So I'm not really gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell all of you. I think the Sentinel. I think FriedRiceFrog is right. You should try to pick off the Enigma as soon as possible. But I think this Magnus, when he Lothar's in, and usually your Blink won't have as much range. I think if they can get initiation on the Magnus, because he's not as tank. He doesn't have any plus armor. He doesn't have a Ghost Scepter. So I think they should try to get the Magnus if he's sort of out of position. But he's been...
Yeah, if they can kill him really quickly, The problem is they have two. They have Enigma and Magnus, and there's no way you're going to deal with both of them with these picks. I think the picks.
Picks. Yeah, I think what ultimately killed the Sentinel is they had better early game, but they lost laning.
Yep.
And they came back really strong, but they couldn't get fat
Now,
enough.
I would have gotten either a Basher or Orchid on this Lycan, solely to deal with the Enigma, I think.
I mean, if Enigma's black and hole, you can't bash.
No, but the way I would have played him is I would have gone around the back and found Enigma and took him out of play.
I suppose
Think about
Venomance
it.
is always
Think about it,
placing
though.
wards
Think about it,
everywhere.
though. If you get the timing right, you silence Enigma, he's just going to be walking around back there, and then he's going to be dead. Scourge team is going to be like, what the fuck's going on? Where's our Enigma, right? In the meantime, Lycan's in the back, just clawing people to death. That's what I would have done.
I don't know, because Venomance has been placing a lot of plague wards.
That is a little best case scenario, I think.
Yeah.
But
Looks like Scourge are actually going to smoke up. But Sentinel's realizing this. Yeah. They're going to back off.
Wait. Okay, silence. Okay, you ready? You ready?
Thank you.
No problem.
Alright. So, a little bit of turtling, sort of jockeying for position, but looks like Scourge are like, alright, we're getting tired of this game. Let's push.
Yep.
So, that's what they're doing. And they're actually setting the Chen in front, which I think is a really smart choice, and Magnus gets a beautiful blink in.
Goes right in, clawing people, and yep.
Black hole, raping.
I think that's the game.
I think that's the game. That was the Wombo Combo team fight executed to perfection right there. And, you know...
4 kills. 4-0. And they're just going to clean up the rest.
Yep, and only the Witch Doctor is left. So...
Yeah.
that was really, really good execution. Nice blinking by the Magnus, and now Witch Doctor is going to follow as well. Complete team wipe. But just waiting for Sentinel to call the GG and go next.
Yep.
Because this is game 1 of this 2-part series.
Is there a game 2?
There is a game 2. And
Are you going to cast that?
I don't know, I might.
You might?
I might. We'll see. But this game was really fun.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I think they should... I know in Dota 2 they have the gold gain chart. They should really kind of have a DPS for each hero and sort of a DPS chart.
Like World of Warcraft?
No. Yeah, no. I don't know. Pause.
Yep.
Okay. Well, what I was trying to say is, you know the gold chart, right? How it shows like who's winning. I think they should also have like sort of a damage chart to show who's gonna deal more damage. Yeah, I'm being really smart right now, if you can tell.
I think you've had one too many beers.
I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go into some endgame analysis, so we don't have to think about what I just said for the past 20 seconds.
Right. As we noticed, I think I've sort of harped on this a little bit too much, but the Sentinel lost the laning phase, and they came back strong in the early mid-game, and they were up in kills, but there's only so much momentum you can gain when you have sort of low-tier items that you didn't get in the laning phase. And
hold on. I want you to open the farm screen and look at the difference in the farm.
Yes, I am right now. I've been on that screen.
Okay, well, everyone look at the difference in the farm. It's just so huge.
Drastic. So drastic.
If you add it up, I think Sentinel has around 400 total creep kills. Scourge has probably around 600 to 700.
Right. And I think more neutrals as well.
Yeah.
So...
I think that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, and once the Scourge picked up their big items, their big team fight, Wombo Combo team fight items, like the Blink Dagger.
That was the point at which it was 15 to 10, and they turned it around.
Right. And, you know, credit to Sentinel, because they did try to push, and they picked up the tower, and they picked up the racks, remember?
They didn't try to push. They did not make a concerted team effort to push.
No, they did, remember? That was when Enigma...
They never made a concerted effort to push as a team, to be aggressively pushing throughout the game as a pushing lineup should. I think that was their problem.
No, well, I guess sort of throughout they picked up a lot of towers, but remember, and that big team fight where Enigma threw down the ultimate black hole, they picked up that racks.
Yeah, but it was what? That was 40 minutes in? 35 minutes in.
No, that was like 20. No, that was 35. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just too late. You can't push a team that late. You know, it doesn't matter that you took a Rax if, I don't know if you were watching, but the mag was cleaving the whole wave in 2 hits, you know. So.
I don't know. Sentinel probably realized their mistake a little too late. Maybe they should have been more aggressive when the Lycan had the Aegis or something like that.
A little bit disappointing for me that Happy Birthday Fed again. As you know, it's still my birthday. As I said in the last game, my birthday is a month-long festival of epic proportions. And it's still my birthday, and I'm disappointed in you, HT. Happy birthday.
So,
Step up your game.
That's why you've been throwing down Brewskis one after another?
Yeah, just sitting here sad. Staring out the window.
Alright, guys, this is a really fun game. I'm glad we casted this one.
I'm glad we did too.
So, really creative lineups by this Scourge.
No, again with this creative shit. It's not creative. It's just good.
You just mad. You just jelly because that's lineup you would have picked and you would have lost with, but you just jelly because EMC managed to win that lineup.
Okay. Okay, whatever.
You so mad. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching so much and have a fantastic day.